Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Upper St. Clair Soccer Boosters, welcome to Senior Recognition Night. At this time, please direct your attention to the center of the field, where I will introduce senior members of the 2008 Upper St. Clair varsity soccer team. Our first senior is striker Carlton. Has been involved in two third-place finishes and Matt Halston. Carlton's academic achievements soccer, completion of the International Baccalaureate Middle Years program, and he has achieved the High Honor Roll. Carlton is a member of the Ski Club, the Model United Nations, and enjoys playing music and watching New England Patriot games. Upon graduation, Carlton plans to attend college and secure a job that does not confine him to an office. Carlton considers surviving the soccer tryouts to be his greatest athletic thrill. Carlton Halston. Our next senior member is Steve Kyle. Steve plays defender for the 2008 Panthers. Steve is the son of Cheryl and Michael Kyle. Steve has played on the JV and varsity soccer teams as well as the JV and varsity basketball teams. He is a member of the French Club and Athletes Taking Action, and he has achieved the high school High Honor Roll. In his downtime, he enjoys hanging out with his friends, playing video games. Steve plans to attend college and said his greatest athletic skill was scoring a goal during the team camp. Steve Kyle. Our next senior is Panther midfielder Mike McCurry. Mike is the son of Brian and Barb McCurry. Mike is the co-captain of the 2008 team, is also a member of Future Business Leaders of America, the Math League, Athletes Taking Action, Ski Club, National Honor Society, and has achieved the highest honor roll. Mike's outstanding interests include skiing, surfing, hanging out with his friends. Mike plans on attending college and considers winning the recreational soccer championship in overtime his greatest athletic thrill. Mike McCurry.
Our next senior is midfielder Matt Myron. Matt is the son of Carol and Michael Myron. Matt enjoys his participation in Future Business Leaders of America, Ski Club, Natural Helpers, and the Math League. Matt's achievements include attending the Pennsylvania Governor's School for Global Entrepreneurship, Business Apprenticeships, the FBLA State Competition, National Honor Society, and achieving the highest honor roll. In his spare time, Matt has participated in the Appalachian Outreach Ministries and enjoys watching Penguin games in the McCurry basement. Matt plans to attend college and says that being the captain of Coach Jackson's freshman team has been his greatest athletic thrill. Matt Myron. Our next senior is team co-captain Danny Poljak. Danny is the son of Mark and Sue Poljak. Danny played cup soccer, has participated in the Olympic Development Program ID Camp for 2 years, and has earned a varsity letter in soccer for the past 2 seasons. Danny is a member of Student Council and has achieved a high honor roll. In his free time, Danny enjoys playing recreation basketball and is a volunteer at St. Clair Hospital. Danny plans to play soccer while attending college and considers the 2008 season to be his greatest athletic thrill. Danny Poljak. Our next senior is midfielder Matt Wilson. Matt is the son of Ted and Francois Wilson. Matt participates in French Club, Model United Nations, and National Honor Society. Matt is a Dean's List student and has achieved the highest honor roll. Matt's outside interests include the citizens of San Fierro, listening to music, and hanging out with friends. Matt plans to study architecture in college and then to build his mother a beach house. Matt's greatest athletic thrill was winning the 2006 Recreation Soccer Championship. Matt Wilson. Our next senior is defender John Worthy. John is the son of Dwight and Ellen Worthy. John enjoys intramural basketball, guitar, listening to music, golf, and snowboarding. John has been a Student of the Year nominee. He has achieved the highest honor roll and is a member of National Honor Society. John plans to attend college, and he said his greatest athletic thrill was winning the pickleball tournament. John Worthy. Our next senior is varsity team manager George Zanuck. George is the son of Evan and Dorothy Zanuck. George is senator on Student Council, a member of the Interact Club, the Ultimate Frisbee Club, the Spanish Club, and Ski Club. George is a Dean's List student and was nominated for Student of the Year. George plans to attend college and considers winning the Recreation Championship with the McCurrys and Matt Wilson his greatest athletic thrill. George Zanuck. The 2008 senior members, along with the rest of the boys' varsity soccer team and the soccer boosters, wish to extend their sincere gratitude to all of our fans, both in school and also in the community. The support you have given these young men during the years in which they have played the sport they love has been sincerely appreciated. We would also like to thank their coaches and parents who have supported their growth both as players and as individuals. Finally, we would like to extend a special thanks to the senior members of the 2008 team for all of the enjoyment, pride, and special memories they have provided. Now, good luck in the future to our senior members of the 2008 Upper St. Clair boys varsity soccer team, and let's get them tonight, Panthers.
For Trinity.
Can't do a little, kind of do a little give and go there. Couldn't keep it in. John Worthy will throw it in here for the Panthers. He looks like he's kind of in the role of central defense. Now he's moving to the wing a little bit, and Dave Steen will be in the middle. Worthy playing it up here. Kind of going back and forth here. As we said, the game may be a little choppy early on just because it's cold. It's going to take guys a while to get sweating and get into it. They're going to leave it for John Worthy and let him take the throw.
Worthy over the top. Hiller's headed back. And Poljack sends the Myron. About 6 headers in a row. Dormish brings it to his feet. And sends the Myron with open field. Kyle gathers it in. Wilson checks back. Kyle goes inside to Belak. Again, leading scorer on the team, Jimmy Belak with 9 goals, 1 assist, 10 points.
Matt Wilson smartly let that ball go out of bounds. It's going to be a Panther corner. Carlton Laston tried to turn and shoot. Trinity defender had good position on it, but it did deflect off him, so it will be a Panther corner. No reason to force stuff when you're getting set pieces deep in Hiller territory, and this will once again be Panther Phil Dormish.
Okay, here's that change now. Worthy and Kyle are up, are 2 of the tallest guys.
There's John Worthy right there, yeah. That's a good call ball. We'll see if we can get something off that. John won that fairly easily.
Reestablishing after that corner. And Steve Kyle steps up, coming all the way from the right side to the left to help out.
Very nice check back from Phil Dormish, the always active Phil Dormish. Ashe stepping in trying to get it, but the Hillers will maintain control here. Tap back to their left outside defender, now back to central. Kind of a miss hit, and the Panthers will control here, looking for the counter. Panthers have it. Here they go. I'm not sure. I guess he was trying to get Matt Wilson streaking with Jimmy Belak, but it was either deflected or he just didn't quite get it.
Yeah, they both looked up confused and it didn't get all the way across.
No, the other thing that happens sometimes on senior night is you get a little jittery. You want to be too perfect. You really want to get the seniors, onto the score sheet, and so you sometimes you extra pass and things like that. You got to just kind of play your game, let things come to you.
Well, if we're looking for that, Myron and Kyle, the 2 without anything, so they haven't really gone to a real setup with those guys because they're going to be playing back in a defensive role.
Yeah, I mean that's defensive midfielder and a defender, very difficult. But if you get some early, then you can try some things. So John Worthy heads it away. They try to put it back into the Hillers, but Panthers will control here. Poljack, nice little ball. Matt Wilson with superior speed up the right wing. Wilson will keep it. Great stuff from Matt Wilson. He centers. Laston controls with his back to goal. Taps to Kumar. Ashe didn't quite get a ton of that, but good opportunity, good ball movement from the Panthers. That will be a save from Trinity. Their first shot on goal, and they will boot it away. Poljack battling here from this defensive midfield. Good stuff again from Matt Wilson winning it. Laston doesn't see it. And Trinity will step in and intercept. Didn't get a man on. Good hustle by Shea and a good ball. Lassen's got some space here. Centering to Belak. Tried to flick it with his back foot to himself. Couldn't quite do it. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, it was a nice little touch by Kumar just to set Wilson going. Wilson tried to feed in a little bit behind Jimmy Belak, but he was trying to flip it over his shoulder.
Yeah, it would have been unbelievable. This is Dormish.
David Steen. Polejack gathers it in.
Good ball from Danny. Here comes Ashe. Ashe running onto it. Good pressure by Ashe, forcing a deep corner kick for the Panthers here. Dan Polejack will run up from his defensive midfield spot to take it, and as we've mentioned several times on these broadcasts, he's got a great throw. And there it is. It's deep and it's loose. The Hillers got a head onto it, but it'll go harmlessly out of bounds, and it will be the third Panther corner here in the first 7 minutes of the ball game.
Tough pressure on set plays here. And let's see how we're setting up. Kyle's the lone man back. Myron marking at about the 25-30. And Dormish sends it in. Driven down by Belak into the net. Dormish corner to Jimmy Belak driving it in with a header.
Well, you got to give Phil Dormish a ton of credit here. First of all, that's his third really excellent corner, both in positioning and height. He drove the ball hard, enough air under it so that a Panther could run under it, but mostly it was a line drive into perfect height. And this third time, the Panthers got a clean head onto it. Jimmy Belak ran on beautifully and did what you're coached to do, head the ball straight down. He did that. It took a big hop off the turf over the Hiller goalkeeper. 1-0 Panthers. Great start for St. Clair. That's Belak's 10th of the year. He's in double digits, and that's really an impressive figure for the sophomore forward for the Panthers.
Okay, Belak from Dormish. I got to keep that online.
They're banging it around here. This is, very nice. Dormish, the little give and go here with Belak. Polejack holds. Now Polejack makes a little crossover.
Scored by Jimmy Belak off an assist by Phil Dormish.
Very nice. Dormish with good patience. Touches back here. This is John Worthy with plenty of time and space. Worthy trying to play a through ball. Trinity will clear. Like many teams we've played against, they seem to be looking for that quick counter, which, the Panthers do like to commit numbers forward, and you got to watch for that.
That goal comes about 7 minutes in, and we're up 1-0.
Dormish back to Myron. Another senior. Again, the long ball, trying to get that counter. Dave Steen is there. Good positioning there from Steen. They're going to touch forward here. Scott Matthews is going to let it roll to him and calmly pick it up. He looked like he was going to try the quick three. Yes, now he is. This is John Worthy. Nice poise. Good little pass to Polejack. Danny hard strike. Lassen couldn't quite control it. Wins it back. Here's Polejack again. Trying to keep the ball on the ground with a through ball, but off the Hillers and out of bounds.
Steve Kyle take the throw. Wilson makes a touch and a back heel in by Carlton Lassen. Myron gathers it in, sends outside to Dormish. Playing a lot of possession touches here about the 40-yard line. Ball goes out of bounds off the Hillers, and we'll take the throw in.
Well, that's the one area the Panthers have really, really improved in as the season's gone along. Their possession in the midfield, their control of the ball, and that's how you create offense. Panthers are really improved in that area from start of the season.
Polejack looks forward, does a nice feed. Matt Wilson on the run. We've called this play all year long, and it still really hasn't clicked, but he's been out there.
Well, Matt Wilson has great speed up the right side. He really likes to make those crisp runs, and Dan Polejack is already in the early going. You're seeing why he's in the midfield. Those through balls, he has he really puts good pace on them, and he has good touch on them, so that's a good combination. Dormish's fourth corner from this exact same spot.
Everybody crashes. Keeper punches out. Ball settled in at about the 20-yard line.
Phil's been getting him in fairly deep. I think the goalie said, no more. It was a good play by him. Kumar with real good back pressure, by the way, there.
Kyle clear on the other side. Sends a left foot down to Dormish on the run.
Boy, good curling little ball. Good read by Myron. Steps in to Dormish. Now to Belak. Looking for the give and go with Phil. Trinity read that. Will intercept, but Matt Myron on it again. Very nice from Matt Myron. Good poise. Playing the ball outside. Little switch of fields. And Kyle was looking for Matt Myron once again. Instead of playing it on the ground this time, he lofted it, but he kind of mishit it. Out of bounds, Hiller throw.
Trinity will throw it in. And again, trying to look at the lone runner out front. Matt Snyder heads it down. Matt Myron inside. And Kumar drops it back to David Steen in the center. Outside to John Worthy. Danny Poljak. And the Hillers will take the throw. David Steen tries to go over the top.
Steen, it was kind of a smart move. He thought he saw numbers coming forward a little bit more aggressively and tried to play over the top, and it almost worked.
Well, and I think, again, Trinity started reading the ball possession that we wanted to try to do, and we were doing touches all over the place. So it was a good change of pace.
Oh, beautiful ball from Belak. That's the stuff we've talked about that we've seen out of Jimmy Belak the last couple of weeks. Just beautiful little creative curling ball, and Shea almost got there. It was a great run. This is Steen, good play on the ball. They're still battling here. Now Trinity's going forward. Man is on sides here. Kyle's going to run back and mark. Good play by Steve Kyle. Trinity trying to get a shot off.
That was pretty crazy here at about the 40-yard line. We were 4-on-2. Trinity had the numbers there going in. It was trying to figure out where the guys were checking back.
Well, it's still a work in progress in terms of, with moving Danny up to the midfield. Everybody's got to be a little bit more defensively responsible. And, that'll be something they'll get as it goes along. It's getting precious late in the season, but I think Coach Snyder did it now for a reason. It's not something you want to be experimenting with in the playoffs.
Well, and I saw Lachelle in street clothes, too, so he must have got injured at Cannon Mac. It was a little chippy at the end, so. Matt Myron, open field, surveys, looks. Takes all he can get. That was good. Jimmy Belak outside touch to Wilson. He's crossing, chipping back. Didn't get all of it coming across. Then Laston was there.
Well, two good things. Myron with really good poise getting the ball, and then Belak with one of those beautiful little one-touch passes. Wilson using his speed to keep it in. Wasn't a real quality ball, but the possession and the build-up was what was really of quality there.
Trinity will take possession at midfield. Tried to force that. Matt Myron stepped nicely into Belak. Belak outsteps a man. Lays it a little too far for Matt Wilson.
Great idea, though. But Matt Myron once again made that play. He's made about 3 or 4 plays where he stepped in aggressively, and not just stepped in to poke the ball. He stepped in, controlled the ball, and regained possession for the Panthers. And that's, it's aggression and poise. It's a great combination. He is a senior, and you're seeing that.
Poljak to Myron. Looks for a service, hooks it right back to Belak. Danny putting pressure on. And David Steen gathers it in. Sends outside to Kyle. Steve Kyle steps up. See where we're going with this one. Inside to Belak. Not a whole lot of change of fields. We're going inside out, but we're not going across the field. And it's a little bit because Trinity is covering the full field back here. They're pretty spread.
Yeah, and because some of those through balls to the middle directly have been working, I guess we probably feel like we don't need to. As they pinch more, you'll see it, I think. Myron touches wide, and they were trying to go down the wing there, but a little bit of a disconnect, and it will be a Hiller throw here. We're about 15 minutes into this one. The Panthers lead 1-0 on a goal by Jimmy Belak. Laston with his back to goal. Playing it across here. Very nice ball. Dan Poljak has a lot of room here. Let's see what he wants to do. Crosses back. Plays to John Worthy, who has even more room. Worthy trying to make a run. Intercepted by the Hillers. And here comes Trinity. Ooh, good step in again. That's Dan Poljak.
Yeah, he checked back to cover Worthy as he moved up. Good overlap. Kumar sends it out to Myron. Pace of the game is definitely being dictated by St. Clair. Kyle does a quick start. Belak gathers it in about the 10-yard line.
That's a good try by Wilson. Laston had kind of already made his run. He was in a little deep, but this will be a Panther throw again here.
Again, we've seen all year long, too, has been consistently 3 guys having a chance when he's pressure up high. And if one guy misses it going across, we've still got somebody behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just simply being thorough on your runs. You know, just because you're not the main target does not mean you got to be thorough, because if the ball's headed out and you're trailing, you can get a nice shot off that. Or if the ball trickles through, which, on turf, it's going to take some weird hops. If you're on the backside and you're really making your run, you may get a cheap goal or two that way.
Stoppage of play, a little bit of a gimp going off.
And we got our first Panther sub, Joe Russ, checking into the game for Dave Steen.
So time right now, 24 minutes left in the first half. 1-0 Panthers over Trinity. Big throw in by Poljak. And Trinity brings the ball out.
So it looks like they're going to move Poljak back to central defense, and Joe Rust is going to come in and play his defensive midfield spot that he has held down for much of the season. Good turn from Dan Poljak. Didn't quite keep it in, but for field position's sake, very good. This will be a Hiller throw.
Coach Schneider's keeping this whole bench warm here tonight on this chilly night. They're all jogging up and down. I think there's a lot of hungry guys trying to get some time in this.
Nice read. Myron did a good job there, getting it out of trouble. Trinity goalie's kind of in no man's land here.
And
there we go.
He whiffed it. He was at the 18 hoping it was going to roll, and it bounced a couple more times and didn't get any speed going in. So.
Well, I think, it took forever. I think once you realize the ball might not get there, you might want to retreat or just go get it. And he kind of got caught in no man's land. It almost cost him a goal. Laston couldn't quite get there to put a foot on it. So once again, corner number 5 from this spot, and it will once again be Phil Dormish. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Belak and Worthy targets off of Poljak's shoulder. Matt Myron hustles across again to get everybody back to recover. Matt Snyder dragging it out for the Hillers. Kumar steps in on him.
Nice stuff from O'Shea. Little give and go here. O'Shea has it again. Cuts inside of a man. Didn't see the second Hiller defender.
Took a peek at Wilson again for that corner. And this will be a midfield throw for Trinity. I think, again, going backwards with the ball, no matter what you're thinking here for Trinity, is not the right play.
Absolutely. The pressure of the forwards has been outstanding. You're playing really right into the Panther hands if you're going to be doing that. Looks like Phil was a little bit presumptuous thinking that was Panther ball. It will be a Hiller throw.
Drops in at the 40-yard line on the offensive side for Trinity. And Poljak clears to the forwards. Belak chips it nicely ahead to Laston, outside to Wilson on the run.
Boy, he almost tucked that inside of him beautifully.
He tried to nutmeg through his legs, yeah.
Not sure what the call there was, but it's way back here.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
It was on the other side of the 50, so it's not like it was offsides.
I guess he called coming from an offside position way back here at like the 45-yard line on our side of the field.
Yeah, he must have. I didn't see it, but okay.
Ball barely made it to the 40 on their side.
Nice ball, Steve Kyle. Kumar, very nice touch, little give and go. O'Shea running onto it.
Not going to get there. And it'll be the first kick for Evans out of his own net.
It's interesting. It's really not the Panthers' preferred style. At least it hasn't been this year. But those direct balls from the back line or the trailing mids into the forwards have been there just directly. You haven't had to switch fields or anything. So, it'll be interesting to see if that continues.
Just crossing 20 minutes, halfway through the first half. 1-0 Panthers on a goal by Belak on a set play corner from Dormish.
John Worthy pokes it away and prevents the attack. Now they're going to try to send it in again. Myron steps in once again and wins it. Out of bounds, another Panther throw. Looks like we got a bunch of Panther subs ready to come in here. I can't tell. They've been warming up for a while. But the Panthers will start it again here. And it's out of bounds once again. Another Panther throw. They're going to wait for Dan Poljak to come take it. He's well within his range at this point.
Long throw over the top. Headed out by the Hillers, and he'll take it deeper down the sidelines.
The Panthers aren't even trying to play that first ball. They're looking for it to carry, and it's got to go attack that first one and shield the Trinity goalie.
Keeper gathers that throw in, and that was kind of funny too, because Phil Dormish and Ashay Kumar were the two low men.
Yeah, it's as if they were just going for a loose ball rather than even having a target at all, which is sort of unusual, but especially considering how they scored their first goal.
Okay, Army of subs coming in. Will Sullivan, Benny Walker, Mike Pizzone, and Joey Palladino. 4 mids. Well, Sullivan's up top. I'm sorry, he comes in for last. And
Palladino immediately with a beautiful little flick. Kyle running onto it. He's going to get a foul called there, and this will be a free kick. I think that might be our first foul of the game. Rare in this section.
Trinity will take it from their own 45 in the attacking zone. Try to drop it in.
Oh, it's a good little bending ball. It's loose. Boy, scary little ball that came through the box. I think everybody was so shocked that nobody got a touch on it.
I think last man to touch was even Benny Walker with a head trying to knock it down, and it bounced, and Scott Matthews gathered it in.
Yeah, Scott read it beautifully. All right, the Panthers need to settle down and start reestablishing some possession game here. There's no doubt about it. Rust with a nice little step in. Here's Palladino. Touches wide. John Worthy. Pizzone. Good little ball by Pizzone. This is Will Sullivan. Nice
good bump. Yep. Walker was there. That was a good bump again, just enough to get the defender, get some space, and then go in on the ball.
Well, the one thing we've noted about Will Sullivan, and if you haven't watched many telecasts, you'll see it right away. He's very aggressive. He's very physical. Not a big guy, but uses his body beautifully, and Will shielded him nicely. Good cross. Palladino, left footer. Oh, it's in. Boy.
Oh, that was a header way up high. Sullivan got up, hit the goal post on the football field.
Well, if you're Coach Schneider, you got to be really, really excited, because when you substitute, what you really want to see is energy and some effectiveness and execution, but mostly just turning the tempo up, and that's exactly what you've seen here from Will Sullivan. Here's Belak.
Between hash marks, feeds in behind. Keeper comes out.
Boy, just beautiful little through ball. Will started kind of on an outside run and had to change his run to the inside. Had he read it perfectly, it may have been a goal. Great stuff from Belak.
Steve Kyle looks for help. Matt Schneider sends it the other direction, and Danny Poljak heads it outside. Kyle plays it off the Hiller, and it turns into a deep throw on the defensive side of the field. Danny Poljak will take it. With 16 minutes left in the first half, 1-0 Panthers. We're going to see David McCurry coming in and Jimmy Belak out. So if we set to start this lineup here, it is Sullivan and McCurry up front. And we'll catch up with some of the mids here now.
Good run by Sullivan. Good aggressive run, winning that. It's going to be a Panther throw-in. Ben Walker, quick restart. This is Palladino looking to touch back. Joey still has it among 4 defenders. Switches fields. There you go.
Lots of room. Worthy looked outside the Pizzone and a little too far.
Well, it's amazing how spaced out the Hillers are. We've talked about it already, but those balls down the wing, you got to be very, very aggressive with them and hit them very soundly because they are very wide. Probably as wide as any defensive core we've seen this year.
Yeah. Okay, Poljack will take a long throw into the box. Headed out by Trinity. Feeds it back in. Curry with a flick. Pizzone tried to set for a cross and it's played out.
I was actually planning on it.
Good swing change of field idea, but the Hiller stepped in. Again, a couple of soft passes rather than sharp.
And it's played out of bounds again. Another Panther throw. Let's see if Walker again tries the quick one. He's looking for somebody to make a run. Now he's just going to simply drop back to Steve Kyle. Back to Ben Walker. Keeps it in nicely. Ooh, good little run up the right wing. Kept the ball in. He keeps it going. Ben Walker, good aggression. He keeps it in. Got a lot of little room. Mishits the cross. Good stuff from Ben Walker down the wing, though. Other than the last touch, he won the ball twice, kept it in nicely, and used his speed down the wing and a little bit of savvy to create a good scoring opportunity for the Panthers.
Evans will take his kick from the 6. Palladino tries to intercept. Myron gathers it in. He'll touch back to Worthy. Worthy to Poljack across the back. Looks for Kyle. To McCurry. Ben Walker with a give and go try.
Good ball from Steve Kyle. It will stay in. Here comes Will Sullivan running on. Trying to play a little touch ball inside to Dave McCurry. Couldn't quite get there in time. It might have been better served to hit a solid cross. Had a good had Pizzone run into the far left post, but couldn't get it there. Hillers will control here. Hillers just can't sort of get any sort of possession going. Nice ball by Kyle. This is Sullivan.
No, they haven't strung 2 passes together.
And it's tough to generate offense that way.
The majority of the play has definitely been in the offensive side of the field. Pizzone took, or was that?
Yeah, it was Pizzone.
Yeah.
A great little move, too, to get around guys, and he struck it well. If the Panthers had been expecting that, may have gotten something because the goalie spilled it a bit.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Hiller throw. We have another Panther sub here. Anthony Caruso is looking like he's going to come in, and he is, replacing Matt Myron, who had a really good first stretch of this ball game.
Trinity tries to go over the top. Joe Russ touches out. And they'll throw in from the attacking 40. Subs are starting to get their legs a little bit, but again, we're seeing it a little raggedy.
Yeah, it is. The Panthers' possession has fallen off a bit, and really they've had a lot of good chances. Just that last touch, they're really not getting quality crosses right now. I have a feeling, you correct that issue, and you're going to see a boatload of goals. Miss hit by Trinity here. Pizzone steps on it, but now he controls. Palladino still has it, fighting guys off. Caruso. Back to Palladino. Joey, nice little crossover there. He has great wheels. We've seen it. Nice little ball. Trying to touch middle. Up his own. Couldn't quite get that ball to the middle.
That little bit of ball possession by Palladino got people to gather and collapse to him and opened up some plays down low.
No, it's the cleverness and the creativity is what we've missed from Joe Palladino with all his injuries this year. He really is good on the ball. Panthers switch fields here again, trying to do it quickly so they can get change the position of scoring. Kyle for a little through ball. It's going to get there. Here's Sullivan. Walker trailing the play. Sullivan going to go one-on-one. He gets by a man. Here comes Sullivan. He's on the goal line. It's still loose. Can they turn?
Pizzone couldn't turn. Rust goes low. So it'll be a goal for Joe Rust.
This is what we've been talking about in terms of finishing your runs. The ball didn't go where it was supposed to go. It did not go in the middle on a cross or a clean hit. The ball came, and the guy who made their run he was sticking to his run. He was trailing, and he was in contain. Then all of a sudden the ball popped out. Boy, he's in great position to score, and it was a great hit from Joe Rust. Struck well and kept low. 2-0 Panthers. Is that Joe's first goal of the season? No, he's got one. That is Joe's second goal of the season, but a great hit from Joe Rust.
Panther goal scored by Joe Rust.
So Ben Walker controls with the Panthers up 2-0. Beats his man up the right wing. You see his speed. Oh, he shot it. Oh, boy, great strike from Ben Walker. Rung it off the football goalpost, but man, oh man, I think the goalie was expecting a cross, and he struck it and struck it well.
This was kind of the play that the Panthers set up at Cannon Mac the other day. That they were kind of stagnant and lackadaisical up until about 5 minutes left in the first half. Got one goal, and then they came in droves.
Well, it's been that way for them this year. I mean, a couple of the games that have looked real lopsided in the scorebook, it was 1-0, 2-0 for a long time. Then all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. It's a confidence thing, obviously. It's a fairly young team, but, there is that factor in soccer when you get one, all of a sudden everybody's eyes light up a bit.
So with 9 minutes left in the first half, 2-0, Upper St. Clair Panthers over Trinity.
Worthy heads it. The Panthers got to keep maintaining these runs, stay active here. Pizzone wins it. Dave McCurry steps in. Trinity trying to clear. Good shield from Joe Rust. Plays it. Dave McCurry sells it. He's still on his feet. McCurry still has it. Good little touch. This is Ben Walker. Oh, he beats a man. He's in all alone.
Oh, that was easy. Walker from McCurry.
Well, David McCurry did a couple good things there. He fought off about 2 or 3 guys. It was a little bit of hand fighting, but he really maintained his poise. I think in that situation, when you have 3 or 4 defenders on you, your tendency is to either just try to fire it, which is a bad move because you got 3 or 4 guys blocking you, or to just get rid of it as quick as you can. Dave maintained his poise, kept the ball. Then when Ben Walker got next to him, really a nice little pretty pass. Ben turned the corner quickly. Good, hard strike.
Walker was open just as he got into the paint, and that little step around the defender, the goalkeeper was at his mercy.
So Ben Walker, that's 3 goals, and they've all been, in the last week or two. Ben has really come on. He's done great work up the right outside mid. Here he is again. Looking for a guy running far post. Here it is.
That's it, Pizzone. Walker to Pizzone, and even Dave McCurry had a chance as it went right by him. So quickly, with 8 minutes left in the first half, Panthers up 4-0.
I'm glad that just happened, because that illustrates a perfect point we made earlier. The first guy making the run was Dave McCurry. He was the primary target there. But on turf, especially with the way the ball rolls, he didn't quite get there. But guess what? Mike Pizzone stayed on his run, made that back post run like we were talking about, and look who was there to clean up the garbage. Pizzone, because he was active, because he stuck to his run and didn't give up on the play. That was beautiful stuff. That is Mike Pizzone's 3rd goal of the year.
Score sheet's going to get filled up tonight, it looks like, and it's going to be spread around, which is nice.
Yeah, the key is you got to start getting your seniors some love. So the Panthers with a quick 4-0 lead, 3 unanswered goals here, very fast. Oh, and here comes Sullivan. He's on sides. He got bumped again a bit, and the goalie, Trinity goalie, came out and did a nice job corralling it, played it away. But Rust will control. Joe's still battling with 2 Trinity players, and he's going to get called for a penalty, but it's good aggression on Joe's part in the midfield.
Trinity will take the kick from their own 30, sending it over the top. Joe Rust touch. Headed forward, and John Worthy sends it out of bounds for...
Now it is.
We're on the far side here looking at that one.
Ooh, good little cross. It's loose. Caruso checking back nicely and getting it out of danger. Trinity doesn't appear to have that big throw as Poljack has, so they're going to go backwards with this. Good little crossover. Going to try to send it back in. Caruso's there again. Sold nicely by Rust, and here comes McCurry. Now they kind of were not sure what to do there. Spacing wasn't very good for the Panthers, and here come the Hillers, but a bad touch by the Trinity forward, and it will be a Panther goal kick.
And David Steen will take that from the 6. See if he goes left-footed, lining it up. Snaps it to midfield.
Good long kick.
Flicked by McCurry. Sullivan on the run again. Checks back. Palladino buries it. 2 quick touches up the sidelines, and Palladino buries it.
Well, the one guy you got to give a lot of love to right now, even though he's not on the score sheet yet in the form of a goal, is Will Sullivan. Will Sullivan's created a lot of this with 2 things. One, pressuring the Trinity defenders, making them make mistakes. Second thing is being good, active on his runs. He's really, really an athletic player and an aggressive player, and Sullivan won that one cleanly. But then he had the poise to drop the ball off, and Joey Palladino made a great run. Good left-footed strike. 5-0 Panthers. If there's anything unfortunate about this so far, and I don't mean to insult anybody, but I don't believe a senior has scored yet, and we need to start stepping it up and giving our guys some love.
No, you're right. It's all underclassmen. We'll go down the rundown here shortly. We get a little bit of a break.
Palladino from Sullivan.
McCurry steps in. Now that's John Worthy trying to go cross field. Trinity steps in. It's loose. Here's Joe Palladino. That's the right ball, too, and it was a beauty. He struck it well. Pizzone was just a little bit inside there, did not stay as wide as he could have, and it will be a Hiller throw.
Okay, quick rundown of the goal. Scoring Belak from Dormish.
Last Panther goal
Rust.
scored by Joey Palladino.
We've
off
got
assist by Will
Walker from David McCurry. Pizzone from Walker. And Palladino from Will Sullivan, making it 5-0 with 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Panthers over Trinity.
Ball headed nicely to the middle. Dave McCurry's going to play all the way back to Dave Steen. Going to play wide to Steve Kyle. Good possession ball. Here's Anthony Caruso. He's going to try to do a little pass outside to Walker. Held too long.
Kyle lets it go to Steen. Steen looks across to Worthy. And the Hillers send it out of bounds.
Here comes Pat Davis checking into the game for the first time, replacing Will Sullivan, who gets a nice round of applause. Headed middle here. Trinity trying to hold and show a little possession. Good little shield there, Palladino. Touches middle to Anthony Caruso. Tries to hit it with the outside of his foot. Can't quite get it through. Palladino running on, dropping to Rust. He drops back to John Worthy, and we're going to change the point of attack here. Trying to get the ball wide to Kyle, couldn't get it there. Steen heads it straight up in the air. Kyle steps on nicely. And banged out of bounds by John Worthy. Will be a Hiller throw.
Trinity throws it in. Matt Snyder trying to stay active. And Trinity being called for a push. Again, we're starting to look at, again, a tired bench on Trinity's side here, trying to drag up.
Now there's no magic to it when you sub as much as the Panthers do.
They're in the chase all afternoon.
Yeah, possession game really can wear down your opponent. We've talked about it so frequently this year, but the better the Panthers are at playing possession, the more often you're going to wear down your opponent, especially when you have a deep bench like the Panthers do, because you can consistently attack the defenders and the midfielders of your opposition.
Matthews will take the kick, top of his 18. Clears midfield.
Beauty.
Hits it about the 35. Dave McCurry tries to run on. Called for a foul, coming the other way.
Yeah, when you start floating forward a bit, that's when you're going to get called, and Dave McCurry couldn't quite avoid a foul there. Kind of a miss hit. Palladino will control in the midfield. Nice little touch to the outside. Pizzone can't quite get there. Going to roll harmlessly back to Dave Steen here. Let's start it over, and they will. Steve Kyle, much time as he wants. Palladino, going to touch, looking for Ben Walker, sprinting onto it. He's going to touch middle, 2 guys open. Davis
left foot just misses right post.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I wasn't expecting that at all. He really hit it. He didn't take much of a leg swing, but he hit it beautifully with his left foot. Curled. It just kind of curled and hooked outside the right post, kept it low and hit it hard, but just wide for a Hiller goal kick, but a good strike from Pat Davis.
It was kind of a half volley, and he drove it down.
Oh, he did. That's a tougher play than you might think. Palladino very poised in the midfield. He's really giving him a lot of good looks today. Worthy touching forward. Panthers had to retreat to an onside position. That was good. The Hillers did a good job of keeping their space and keeping their form and drawing the Panthers off sides.
Kyle goes up. Rust outside.
A little bit of a late tackle by the Hillers, and it will be a Panther free kick here with inside of a minute left to play in the first half. Good touch to the inside to Walker. Couldn't quite get that bending ball there by Palladino. This will be Hillers punting it away.
And we're inside the last minute of play, 5-0 Panthers in the first half. John Worthy drops it in, sends it back to him. To Steen.
9, 8, 7,
And the countdown will stay with Steve Cowell
4, 3,
to Walker to Caruso.
1.
And we'll take a 5-0 lead into the second half. Upper St. Clair Panthers over the Trinity Hillers. On goals by Belak, Rust, Walker, Pizzone, and Palladino. Set in second half lineups. Michael Haas comes into goal. Stephen Mackey comes into the left defensive position. We got John Sabositz in the middle. And we got Steve Cow on the right side of the defense. In the mids, Dan Poljak, Matt Myron, Phil Dormish with his gloves on, Shea Kumar, Matt Wilson, and the attack goes to Jimmy Belak and Carlton Laston.
All right, the task of the half here, let's get our seniors some goals here.
Yep, we're up 5-0. Start looking for bodies. Stephen Mackey touches in. Myron chops it down to Belak. Laston going in on the attack, trying to turn. 2 Hillers collapse on him. Ashay Kumar comes out of it, feeds to Laston. Upper 90, drills it.
Well, when I called that, I was hoping it would happen quickly, but even I couldn't have expected it to happen that quickly.
Scored by senior Carlton Laston.
Laston gets a goal on senior night.
Now, well, a couple things we can talk about there. Good little through ball from Moshe Kumar, and he was looking for a senior, and he found him. And Carlton Laston, you know, you want to talk about sometimes when you go one-on-one with the goalie, your tendency is to get real cute. He just blasted that. Upper 90, you may have hit off the top. All right, so how many seniors we have? 6, 7, something like that? 7 seniors, I believe.
7 seniors and a manager who's a senior, and 1 injured, so 6 of them out there eligible for the lineup.
Yeah, got to give George some love. Good ball to Dormish here. Touches middle. This is Belak. Ashe leaves it for Phil Dormish. Takes a hard collision. The ball's still in bounds. This is Steen. Touching middle. Poljak. Mackey.
Drops way back to Kyle over his shoulder.
Laston touches on. Poljak over. Mackey. Couldn't quite get it to Ashe. Here comes Trinity the other direction. Nice little leave. Kyle steps in beautifully. Good read.
With that quick strike setting it off 6-0 in the second half, this could be a long second half here for the Hillers.
Absolutely could be. Oh, nice little touch from Belak. It's winding and it's going to stay in.
Wilson with a big cross.
Got a little bit too much of that. Phil Dormish will keep it in. Can he turn it? He will keep it in himself. Beautifully. Dan Poljak stepping through. Good strike. It's Kumar. Nice little touch. Here's Phil Dormish.
Onside.
I thought he was going to hit it quick with his left. He actually went baseline and still has it in.
Ball played off of Dormish. Danny Poljak sends it across. Jimmy Belak tries to trap. Belak looks to Wilson.
Panthers tried to get a little cute there instead of just playing a direct cross, which they've done very effectively today. Kyle, again, great read. Faked like he was going to go back, stepped in and controlled for the Panthers. And go and win it again. Good work from Steve Kyle. That's a very solid senior. You may not see him on the score sheet, but he's doing great things as usual from that right outside defense spot.
We're playing 5-on-7 up here and maintaining good control of the ball on the attack.
Yeah, it has been really good aggression and pressure from the Panther forwards and outside mids.
Poljak over his shoulder. And Trinity looks to send the ball up the other way. Danny Poljak steps right in on a soft pass. Feeds it up, last and again. Goalkeeper comes out on the slide and gets it about 12-yard line.
But beautiful vision from Dan Poljak. That's the same thing we saw in the first half early on. A beautiful little through ball. Laston didn't quite get there, but it doesn't change the quality of that pass.
And it's all controllable, too. It's not, a wild pass. He's ready to take that shot as soon as he gets it on his foot.
Well, the two things Danny Poljak does is he keeps the ball low and he strikes it so cleanly that, the ball's not bouncing. So if you get a chance and you run onto it, you can get a strike. And, the authority with it gets it past defenders. They're not intercepting it. It's really great stuff.
Trinity will take a free kick on their own 40 going across. See if they can mount anything in the offensive zone. Headed back out. Ball played back to the defensive line. Steen goes outside to Dormish. Drops back to Mackey. Doesn't overlap. And Jimmy Belak looks to try and send him. That's the kind of step up again that these defenders, Coach Schneider's trying to look for. Some offensive pull from them coming from behind and everybody covering back for him.
Yeah, and Steve Mackey, even as a youngster, aggressively stepping up.
Myron Traps brings it down. Mackey outside the Dormish. Poljak stands him up. And then again, holding position, drops back to Kyle. Kyle going to go up the right side. And Wilson out there to Myron. Good help by Wilson way back on his defensive side of the field. We keep gaining yardage here by out of bounds plays by Trinity. And they feather it down the line.
Yeah, they kept it in. Very nice. Good switch fields there. Solid from Kyle. This is Mackey.
All the way back to the goalkeeper, Michael Hast. Plays with his feet. Looks outside where the pressure is relieved. And Kyle gets it. Last and chips inside. Poljak comes up the hash marks.
He was looking to play to Belak's feet, but couldn't quite link up with him. Hillers will punt it away.
Steen hurries it back. Belak gathers it in. Lots of good pressure all over the field. And again, this is wearing these blue shirts down. Kyle going up the outside on the right, and you're starting to see again Trinity collapsing. First time sending it down the wing. Kyle in chase. Shouldered off the ball. Kept in by Trinity.
Nice little play.
Going out of bounds. Stayed in.
Michael Hast all over it. He's going to, nice little throw. Beautiful. Leads Dormish perfectly. Oh, intercepted. Here comes Trinity once again.
Matt Snyder going down the sidelines. Feathers it inside. Too far. It'll be a goal kick for the keeper.
Good idea. Nice little ball. That was probably the most sustained attack we've seen from Trinity all evening.
Michael Hass will take it from his 6. Snaps it to about the 45.
Good strong boot. Poljak flicks it up.
Trinity tries to feather it back in, out of bounds. And Steve Mackey will throw it into David Steen. Myron outside to the open field for Steve Kyle.
Nice little shield and pull by a Shea Kumar. Poljak running onto it. Good ball. Phil Dormish is here.
Saw Dormish going to the corner. Good left-footed cross.
Yeah, very clean strike from Dormish. You know, that happened so quickly we couldn't quite get enough numbers forward. But there's nothing wrong with this. It's a good consolation prize. Dan Poljak, ball in his hands.
Going deep. Belak heads it up. Still up. Keeper can't get to the ball. Goes out of bounds for a corner. No. Yeah. Everybody's calling corner, but the referee.
Well, Matt Wilson did get his head on it. I thought it then went off a Trinity defender. Referee thought otherwise. It was a good shield by the Trinity defender if, in fact, it was a goal kick. Matt Wilson checking back. He was fighting hard to try to get one there. Dave Steen, good switch fields. Mackey has it. Belak, back to Mackey. Poljak, going to try to turn. Ooh, nice little move. Pirouettes, nice, good strike. Oh, beautiful. One time, Kumar. Here's Dormish running on. Good little stop and go. Ball still in somehow.
Laston gathers it, crosses. Wilson, he needed to be wide on that play. It looked like they were, Jimmy Belak turned and whacked it right off the defender's chin.
It was a good strike. It was unfortunate. Guy happened to be between him. This is Mackey. Good little hesitation move. Mackey now, he turns it. Good skill from Mackey. The other schools in AAA are probably thinking, not another Mackey, for heaven's sakes. Another Mackey and another Worthy. Good Lord. It's loose. Belak, beautiful touch.
Corner played it off.
You just see more things from Jimmy Belak. It's like the equivalent of having a really good point guard where, soccer's not a sport where there's a lot of oohs and ahs to be had. But if you understand the game to a certain level, you really appreciate some of the things Jimmy Belak does in traffic that are just, deaden the ball, one-time stuff. Beautiful.
Dormish is his target. Wilson was almost turned man down in the box.
I wonder if the ref's going to stop this. No.
Gets back up. Poljak ready for a throw-in.
Beauty. It's deflected back. Good play by Matt Myron. It's high up in the air.
Big turn. It looked like he had a chance to go all the way back downfield to the keeper, but he decided on a big turn. It worked out real nice.
Here's Myron again. He's in contain. Going to try to go one-on-one. Trinity defender steps in. Going to try to get a counter. Panthers have a lot of numbers back, though. Defenders maintaining their spacing well. Steve Kyle again steps in. Steen stepping forward.
Call against. Steen ran nicely through the ball. Call going the other way between the hash marks. First really decent chance on a set play for Trinity. Going on the 20-yard line going in.
Yeah, absolutely. Not the part of the field you want to be giving up set pieces, but Mike Hass is probably thankfully going to get some work here. Yeah.
Sets up the wall. Little false start, short touch. Wasted effort there again.
If you get the ball in that position, you really want to try to take advantage. That's a good ball, but he's offsides.
Yep.
Panthers maintain their shape nicely and drew the Hillers offsides.
Trinity tried to sneak way in. They were 2-3 yards offside. Mike Hast looks to do a quick start. He'll set it down.
Yeah, with his leg, you might as well keep going long with it.
Snaps across midfield. Belak touches down nicely, just deadens the ball for Dormish.
Just incredible, that. Poljack sneaks it by. Good little ball to Myron. Wilson held up nicely, stayed onside. Oh, great cross by Wilson.
Goes cross to the other post. Oh, and last it was right there coming down on the other far side. Almost got it.
Now, the Trinity goalie kind of got caught in no man's land again. Didn't know whether to come out or not. Tried to take away the shot. I don't know if Phil was trying to shoot that with his left foot or not. But, boy, it skittered harmlessly across the goal box. And Laston couldn't quite get there with that far post run.
And that all started. Wilson was just onside. I mean, it was one of those ones where you just had to wait to see if there was a whistle or not.
Yeah, he was trying to hold up his run, which is really tough to do. But I guess the timing was perfect.
Kyle inside to Steen. Steen looks to Dormish. Tried to turn before he had control and goes out of bounds. 26 minutes left in the second half. 6-0 Panthers over Trinity. Steen blocked that, or I'm sorry, Kyle blocked that with a long leg. Headed over the top. Michael Haas comes up, takes the ball. And we get a little bit of activity in the box. Drop kicks to about the 40 on the offensive side of the field.
Good aggression by O'Shea. He's battling. Now Matt Wilson's battling. O'Shea, there's good pressure from both Panthers. I couldn't tell whether that was a foul or a throw, and it's just going to be a throw. And here comes the Hillers. Nope, good check back by Myron. Gets tripped up. No call, and here come the Hillers again. Looking for the long counter. Mackey does a good job getting his head on that. Dormish, good back pressure. Phil Dormish, and a good, very quality clear. Jimmy had a lot more time there than he thought, and the ball's blasted from 40 yards out. Michael Hast up to the challenge.
Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be substitutes for St. Clair. Joe Russ coming in. Danny Poljack out in the midfield. And we got a couple more on the next throw in or two that we'll be getting in. Wilson to Myron, sends him to the corner. And with Danny Poljack out, Matt Myron's going to take the throw short.
Good ball.
Feather it into Belak. Played all the way back to Steen. Outside to Steve Mackey. Inside to Rust. And the Hillers send it out. St. Clair throw in brings Mike Pizzone in. Will Sullivan, David McCurry.
Ben Walker as well.
He didn't come in at the 50. He snuck in on us. Right off the bench. Matt Snyder, one of the sparks for the Hillers, comes in. Sends it outside. Still in chase. And Kyle. Big man, little man, good position. Plays it off him for a St. Clair throw. Walker leaves it for Kyle. And we'll go over the top. Will Sullivan. Outside to Walker. Walker looks to Kumar.
Good ball.
Looking for Pizzone coming down the left wing. Didn't chip it in all the way.
Good idea from Kumar, though. He really played that aggressively, and, if Pizzone can keep that in a little tad bit sooner, it would have been a really good opportunity.
We strung 3-4 passes together, too, nicely.
Yeah, very nicely.
Kyle going to look for open field. Sends it up to McCurry outside the Walker.
Very nice 1-2.
And the Hillers played out of bounds.
Panthers are doing a lot of one-touch stuff, a lot of give and go tonight, and that's how you use your runners. It's played up in the air. O'Shea going to try to settle it and let it. Oh, nice crossover. He's going to let it go.
And wide, right, and high.
That's how O'Shea loves to get his shot off, though. He loves to do that little crossover, and he did it beautifully there.
It got him space. 22 minutes left in the second half. 6-0. Panthers over Trinity. Trinity will take a throw from there. 20. Drops it in. Myron looks forward. Kyle heads it. And over the shoulder bicycle back to the defense. David Steen plays all the way back to the goalkeeper. Michael Haas plays it outside. Kyle has room. To Walker up the right side. Steps inside of Rust. Matt Snyder read that nicely. And came back with a shoulder on Rust. And then Matt's saying, who, me?
Yeah, Joe took a bit of a shot there, and I think he's getting warned a little bit there.
Yeah, it was a shoulder coming back after the play.
And we got a yellow.
Last time we had this referee, same type of thing. We had a good explanation and then just one little chippiness or one wrong word back, and you're going to go for a card for dissent. That started the Can of Mac escapade up here at home. So, yellow card at 20 minutes, just halfway through the second half. 6-0 Panthers, and we'll put it back in play. David Steen sending it long. Steve Mackey on touch on the back. Man down. Man back up. Ball goes out of bounds. It was on again, the Panthers threw it for part of the sportsmanship out of bounds, and the Hillers brought it back to them. We'll start over again.
That's a great part of soccer. You love to see that. People understand the little sportsmanship nuances of it.
That was done a little bit in slow motion because the guy got back up.
Yeah.
Steen anchor in the middle. Sends out, and we're going to try to play an offensive end again. Matt Myron. Kyle sends it back to Hast. Hast on the touch back outside. Inside the Myron. And finds Walker on the wing. David McCurry checks back. And Steen's going to go forward. Will Sullivan tries to touch to himself, and the defender clears back. Trying to look at what seniors are still in that need something here.
Good ball from Kumar. This is David McCurry. Nice little crossover. He's still working. Touches wide. Pizzone. Rust. Nice little through ball back to Pizzone. He's on. Tried to cross it. The Hiller defender was there. Joe Rust battles him off. Ooh, nice touch middle. O'Shea has it. Again, back to Rust. Little give and go here. Can Joe get a cross off? He will. Oh, boy.
Keeper was waiting for the ball. Didn't get a lot of communication there, and his defender gave a boot to it, going out for a corner kick by the Panthers. Palladino in. Caruso in. Poljak in and Worthy in. And Palladino's going to go straight to the corner to take this from the left side of the goal. He'll do a right-footed in-swinger.
It'll be interesting to see. They're going to look for John Worthy again, it looks like.
Joey went left.
Yeah,
Headed it back, and Walker was there on the outside. These guys that have 2 feet, they confuse me every once in a while.
Yeah, it's beautiful to be able to strike the ball whichever way you want. And Panthers have a couple guys. Dormish is one, and Palladino is certainly one.
Keeper will take it from his 6. Sends it left-footed to the 40. Rush chested down. And Poljak's playing the middle for Steen back there.
Good ball from Mackey. Beautiful bending. Here comes Sullivan running onto it. Good aggression from Will Sullivan. This is what we've seen all night. Sullivan gets it back. Going to go one-on-one. Beautiful little move by him. Sullivan going to try to cross. Can't do it, but he sticks with it. And a nice little crossover. Oh, 1-2. Beautiful. Here's the left. Gorgeous cross. Oh, my. Almost flicked by Dave McCurry with his head. Ben Walker will keep in. Ooh, good crossover. Fake like he was going to drop it back. Still in. Looking for David McCurry. Going to be a Hiller throw.
As we set up right now, Michael Hastings, goal back across the defense. Steve Mackey, Danny Poljak, and John Worthy. In the mids, Caruso, Rust. We've got Pizzone and Walker and Palladino. And the 2 attackers are Sullivan and David McCurry. So everybody's had plenty of playing time. 2 goalkeepers shared the shutout so far. Running down 16 minutes left in the second half. 6-0. A lot of scores on the scoreboard.
Pizzone here. Try to get it to Sullivan, flicking it with the outside of his foot. Can't quite get it there. He tells Will to turn around, and Will still has it. Shielded. Oh, beautiful from Sullivan. He was being shielded and still got there. This is Pizzone. Touches in. It's deflected, but no problem for the Hiller goaltender. He's going to take his time to get it out of here.
The man Sullivan's working on in the left corner, the nice choppy steps. He's changing direction, and the guy's getting left in the dust.
No, it's hard to believe with his size you can be as strong or physical. I don't know what it is. It's just maybe it's just the savvy knowing how to shield somebody, but he really does a good job with that. You see a lot of bigger guys who don't know how to use their body as well as he does at his size, and when you combine it with his speed and his skill set, it makes for a very effective forward.
He's a wrestler as a second sport. So.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
That makes an absolute ton of sense.
A little bit of that cross sport skill. Fed in by Trinity, cut off by Joey Palladino. Caruso touches outside to Walker. And they look forward to David McCurry, waits on the ball. Makes a turn, sends Caruso to the corner. Outside missed touch again. And Pat Davis coming into the game. Will Sullivan out. So far, last man standing, I think, on the bench right now is a crossover, Garrett Genter, and he's warming up here.
Got to be tough to get him in now. He's probably freezing. Oh, good little jumping knee by McCurry. I'll tell you what, Dave's been really active. He's got a chance to get one if he continues making the type of runs he's making. He's been directly responsible for at least one, if not 2, with his shielding, but he's really been active.
It's easy to pick out David. Unorthodox, but effective.
Well, when he and Sullivan are out there together, it just, you see a lot of chaos.
Caruso steps in. With these numbers of substitutions, too, I think we just need to settle the ball down, get some touches behind them.
Good ball from Mackey. Very nice.
Walker was wide open out there.
Mackey does a lot of the stuff that Dave Steen does in terms of settling the ball and, you know, going really hard and cross field and doing some of that stuff. He has the leg to do it. He really strikes it cleanly.
And on his left side, too, they're both left-footed, so it's, like, again, helpful to keep that ball inbounds and go upfield. He changed feet to the right that time and took it wide right.
You can see he's very confident in his ability to strike the ball, which, I mean, he certainly comes from a family of goal-scoring pedigree, so I'm not surprised, but very effective.
Okay, there's Genter in for Pizzone, and I think we've cleared all the healthy guys on the bench.
It's a shame every game there appears to be about 3 or 4 not healthy guys, which really been bitten by the injury bug this year. It's a tribute to the depth of this team that they've been able to be so successful.
Still looking for help for Moon to pick up a defeat here before we get them the last game of the season for the section here.
Have they played Peters only once?
No, they played Peters twice, split with them, and hoping we're going to split with them on that last game of the season. So it could end up in a 3-way section tie because Peters has played us and Moon.
And we split with Peters, so now the chances are pretty good. I thought we had the better of play in the 1-0 loss to Moon here. If we can get an early goal rather than getting an early deficit, it will be a different game against them.
Yeah, force them to do some chasing.
Good ball from Joe Palladino. Can Genner get there? He will. Nice little stop and turn. Trinity gets a second defender in, breaks up the play.
Mackey heads it, settles it down to stop the forward motion. And Trinity will chase up for a throw at midfield.
Poljak steps in nicely. Good touch. Davis is running onto it. He's going to get there. Trinity goalie off his line. Gets the ball out of danger. Pat Davis was going 1-on-3 and actually winning that battle.
Yeah, that was a sharp hit. And Danny said I'm running. It was just bad luck off the knee. Off of Genter. Caruso brings it in. A little too far. Trinity from their own 20 will take the throw in. Played a majority of their game on their side of the field.
Absolutely, and you know the one thing is they've done such a good job of dispossessing Trinity in the midfield before they can get anything going. You know, not only can you play the possession game, but the territorial advantage becomes enormous, and that's really what you've seen this evening.
Trinity will get a free kick on the hold. They'll take it from the 40 with the wind behind them. If he lofts this in, this could be right to about the 18. Headed outside. This will be a deep throw. Looks into the box. Worthy traps. Sends it to the 20-yard line, and Caruso's coming out. Pulled back because McCurry was there. Dangerous. And we're going in.
See if they'll actually put this one on cage. They should at least make an attempt to.
Yeah, well, Snyder's taking this one. Like I say, he's probably the one player they have on the team at this point. Indirect touch. Snyder takes the shot, hooks it wide left, and Mike Hass will take his goal kick.
Yeah, ball wasn't really settled very well, and he couldn't quite get a good strike on it, and Panthers will get a goal kick in this situation. We are inside of 10 minutes to go in the second half. The Panthers with a 6-0 lead here, celebrating senior night, and in style so far.
Hass sends it to the 40. Hillers try to mount the attack, and Mackey gathers it in on the defensive side. Walker going down the right side. That's Pat Davis really running. Cut back. There it is. Left foot. There it is. Called it a little bit. Tried to talk him through it. Pat Davis, good run down the side.
Yeah, he was trying to create some space for himself. Pat's actually got some pretty decent speed for such a tall kid. He's a rangy kid.
Most kids have to take 3 steps to his 1. That's what helps.
Well, exactly. Got those long legs. Good switch fields there, Caruso.
Mackey has room. Cross to Rust. And Worthy serves it up. Mackey, open field, serves it back. Palladino is there. Walker brings it down, held. And it's in the net. Pat Davis gets the goal.
Well, Benny Walker stuck with it very nicely, and he saw the goalie coming out at him, just kind of chopped it to the middle, and Pat Davis did a nice job finishing, hit it on her right inside netting, and 7-0 Panthers. Pat Davis on the scoreboard.
That was a lot of people watching the play happen. It was just kind of bouncing around there, and Pat Davis finished it off.
No, that's what you see at this juncture of a game like this. It's exactly the type of thing you see. So Pat Davis with a goal from Ben Walker. Panthers add to their lead. This is Mackey to Poljak. Now back to Mackey. He's kind of toying with it. Gonna go cross field here. Palladino settles. Splits two guys nicely. Touches middle. Excuse me, that was Walker to Palladino. Now here comes Mackey. Looking for McCurry. McCurry overruns it a bit. And here come the Hillers. Snyder trying to touch by Poljak. Oh, nice stuff. Danny Poljak turned on him beautifully. Good poise. Palladino looking for somebody to make a run. Everybody just kind of standing. Genter runs onto it. Oh, good ball. Caruso sells it. Russ looking for Davis to make a run. Trinity steps in and pokes it away. Rust checks back, dispossesses the Hiller player trying to counter, and pushes forward for the Panthers. McCurry running onto it. Here he goes. Here is David McCurry. Kind of boots it. I don't know if he was looking across it or not, but nobody home, and it will be a Hiller goal kick.
Keeper will send it from his 6. With 6 minutes left in the second half, 7-0 Panthers over Trinity. Low liner right into David McCurry's face. Everybody was surprised that was low and hard.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a miss hit, but not so much that it took much steam off the ball. It just came in a different trajectory, like a free kick.
Genter drops in. Palladino tries for a through ball to Walker. Sets up between the hash marks. McCurry goes back to goal. And Poljak splits the Hillers forwards as they come out. Big push from behind. Palladino settles it, gets it out of trouble, wants Genter to go to the corner. And we're going to play all the way back to Danny Poljak at midfield. Caruso outside to Stephen Mackey. Inside to Rust. Almost got into trouble. Luckily, it was Poljak there solid on the ball. Matt Snyder was trying to make a run. It would have been one-on-one from the 40 going in. Russ spins it out. Ball going a lot laterally here.
Yeah, and I mean, when you can possess the ball, especially at this juncture of a game, I mean, you don't really want to force things. You don't really want to run it up, and but you take your chances when they're there. And here comes Palladino, trying to split two guys. Looked like a bit of a foul, and I think he was waiting to see whether it was going to be possession. It is not, so it will be a Panther free kick deep in Hiller territory here. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. If you have one of the seniors, maybe come up and take it.
Yeah, we haven't had any offensive free kicks this close the whole game, so it looks like Palladino's lining up for this. He'll go left-footed with a 5-man wall. He's capable of bending it around. And did. He tried to go. Snyder working out of it. And Trinity moves down to about the 10-yard line. Caruso steps in and denies that shot. And ball goes out of bounds off of the Panthers. Okay, this will be a deep throw. Trinity taking that throw from the 20. Drops in short. And misplayed out of bounds. Pizzone subs in for Walker. And John Worthy will set up for the throw in the Panther defensive end. Ball goes over the top. Caruso drops it to McCurry out of bounds. Hiller's turning it around. Try to settle it down here. Palladino thrown off the ball, another foul. And we're winding down inside of 2 minutes, 7-0 Panthers. And we'll take a free kick from the offensive side of the 40. Who's going to take this? Danny's going to take it from the 45. Looks to go short inside to Rust.
Kind of just playing stall at this point, it looks like.
Yeah.
Genter runs on it.
You definitely don't want to get complacent here in this last minute. It just puts a sour taste going back. So Mackey gathers it in, working hard. Brings it up the sidelines. Out of that, gets stepped on his heel. And with a minute left, we'll take the free kick.
That was some impressive stuff up there by Mackey. Using both strength and savvy. Turned on the offensive player nicely, got it out of danger, and drew a foul for the Panthers.
Pizzone going to take this free kick. Sends it across midfield. McCurry tries to help it. Trinity goes long, tries to drop it over for Snyder. He bought the call a little bit, I think. Matt's going to probably get up and get ready to take this, I'm guessing.
We're inside of 30 seconds, so they better hustle it up.
They are taking their time for a last-ditch effort here on goal. They're even asking for a spot. This is, again, 7-0, but it's a last-ditch effort. Ball parried over the top by Michael Hast. It's a corner, but they'll never set up in time. And as the game winds down to 0, Panthers 7, Trinity 0.
Boy, great stuff from the Panthers on senior night. Gives them good momentum coming into some really big games down the stretch. And congratulations to our Panther seniors, all 8 of them. Fantastic 4 years here, and we obviously appreciate everything they've done for this program.
We'll call them out. Matt Wilson, Danny Poljak, Steve Kyle, Carlton Laston, Mike McCurry, Matt Myron, John Worthy, and George Zanuck.